In this video I will do a review of Game Week 23. We look at my fantasy team. In a goal I had Roofs. He had only 1 point. Sunderland had lost 3-1 to West Ham United. I don't think they had a very good game. So only 1 point for Roofs. So that's not so good, but that's okay. It's always the same problem with a goalkeeper. You concede 1 goal and then you don't get many points, of course. And in defense, and we look at the defense, the point is only this time only 3 teams had a clean sheet. This game week there were 33 goals and then 16 the week before. So this week it was a very difficult game week for defenders and goalkeepers. Only 3 teams had a clean sheet. Manchester City, Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa. And I think that Manchester City, I had Manchester City, Matheus Nunes. He had 11 points. It was a bit of a scare that he didn't start against Wolverhampton Wanderers, but he started against Wolverhampton Wanderers and he had an assist. And also 3 bonus points and a clean sheet. So the full house, an assist, a clean sheet and bonus points. 3 bonus points, so he had 11 points. It was a very good one for me. Now we go to Gabriel. Arsenal had a bit of a stinker in the defense against Manchester United. They gave the first goal away. They couldn't do much about the other 2 goals, but they conceded 3 goals, which is very unusual for Arsenal. So Gabriel got only 1 point, but that happens. Chelsea conceded a very late goal against Crystal Palace. They were 3-0 in front, but they conceded a goal. But Chalobah still got 4 points because he had his defensive contributions. But the very late goal was a bit, that cost him 4 points. But still 4 points, so it's not too bad. Tarkowski the same. He conceded 1 goal against Leeds United, Everton. But he had his defensive contributions. So 4 points, which is not too bad. If you concede a goal and still got 4 points for the defensive contributions. Tiaan from Newcastle United, only 1 point. Conceded 2 goals against Aston Villa. And not enough defensive contributions. So that was the defense. In total was 20 points for the defenders. I think that is 22 points. Sorry, 22 points for the defenders and for the goalkeeper. So 6 players, 22 points. Not something to get very excited about, but it's something. Then in midfield, we go to the midfielders, and that was a little bit better. And Declan Rice had only 1 point from Arsenal, but Rodgers had 8 points. So that was very good, of course. He had against Newcastle United, he had an assist. And Rodgers also had defensive contributions, which was a bit of a surprising, but he had defensive contributions. 12. You need 12 for a midfielder. He's a bit of a workhorse, Rodgers. He runs and he does a lot of interceptions and block tackles. He had 8 points, but he had the defensive contributions. Antoine Semenyo against Wolverhampton made a goal. He was a bit unlucky. He hit also the bar. A little bit unlucky. He had 2 goals, but he had a goal against Wolverhampton Wanderers, which was very good, 8 points. So he had a good match. Happy with that. And then Saka only had 2 points against Manchester United. No goal or an assist. But it happens. And in front I only had Haaland, and he didn't start against Wolverhampton Wanderers. He played the last 15 minutes, but it was a bit of a waste of my captain. That was a bit unlucky. But my vice captain only had 2 points either, so it was not. Haaland had 1 point and Saka had 2 points, so I don't think it would have made much difference. But Haaland only played 15 minutes. He was given a bit of a rest. He was very tired. He looked so tired lately. He was given a bit of a rest, and Mamouche played and scored. So I think Pep will do that more often, to give Haaland a bit of a rest, because Omar Mamouche, as a replacement, played very well. But Haaland just needed a rest. But Mamouche now is back from the Africa Cup So if you give Haaland more rest now. Now on the bench, I think it was like nothing spectacular. Dubravka had 5 points, the goalkeeper from Burnley. Bruno Guimaraes didn't play. Calvert-Lewin 2 points, Mane 2 points, so nothing really spectacular. But in total I had 43 points. The average number of points was 44, so 1 point below average. So it was not a very good game week. 1 point below average. 43 against to 44. However, and that was a little bit of a surprise in the ranking, I rise in the ranking to now to in the 6,000. It was a bit of a surprise, but I think with at quite a higher ranking, 7,400, I think you need to do much better than average to go up in the ranking. But for some reason, I was below average, but I rise in the ranking. It was a bit of a surprise. I didn't expect that. So 6,951. So that's within the top 7,000, but within the top 10,000. I want to stay in the top 10,000. That's my goal for this season. Try to stay into the top 10,000. You see it, my team. It's a bit of a template team. The usual suspects. Look at Gabriel and Chalaba and Roofs and Tarkovsky. Rice, Saka, Rodgers, Haaland. It's a bit of a template team. I want to play a little bit on the safe side. Try to stay in the top 10,000. Which is not going to be very, very easy. Still 15 game weeks to go, but that would be my goal. I never finished in the top 100,000 before, so top 10,000 would be massive. More than 10 million contenders. That will be my goal for this season. And that's it, yes. So that was the end of the video. I did a review of Game Week 23. In the next video, which will be on Friday, I will make my final team for Game Week 23.